Hi everyone, I'm Shubham Jhanwar. I'm a master teacher at Vedantu. We are discussing KVPY 2020 SX Part 1 Mathematics, and question for this video is this. Let f of x equal to x by sin x, where x is strictly between 0 and 1, and let it be 1 when x is 0. Consider this integral in equal to root n integral 0 to 1 by n f of x multiplied by e to the power minus nx dx. Then limit n tending to infinity in, and we have to comment, and there are 4 options. We have to comment upon what value does in tend to as n tends to infinity. Let's explore. Here, x by sin x is an increasing function, and since we are talking about x belonging to 0 open to 1 open, it is not discontinuous anywhere. Why? Because the only possibility of it being discontinuous is when denominator sin x becomes 0, and it becomes 0 when x is integral multiple of pi. But in this interval, when x is between 0 and 1, there's no integral multiple of pi value being taken by x. So this is, this is continuous, this is in fact increasing. However, this is for sure bounded, because this upper limit will for sure be less than 1, because fx is defined in this interval 0 open to 1 open only. So I can say no matter what this n is, x by sin x would be less than some maximum value, let's say capital M, over this entire interval 0 open to 1 by n, over which we are integrating. Because at max 1 by n can be a 1. Why? Because fx is defined till 1 only. So, and as n increases, 1 by n decreases, so the interval becomes smaller and smaller, and the maximum value of f of x, which is x by sin x, gets further and further restricted. So I can take this capital M to be any constant value greater than 1 by sin 1, because x by sin x would not take value more than that in any case. Why? Because x is restricted between 0 open to 1 open. So x by sin x is bounded, and let's say there is some constant capital M, this x by sin x will be less than it throughout this integral. Now coming to this e to the power minus nx, n is coming in under root, is surely a positive value, so to speak. So e to the power minus nx is decreasing. In fact, the maximum value that it would take would be at x equal to 0, which would be essentially e to the power 0, which is 1. So definitely this is less than equal to 1. In fact, the lower limit you need not consider as 0, you may take it as 0 plus, and that's just fine. So here you can say e to the power minus nx is less than equal to 1. So that essentially means x by sin x and multiplied by e to the power minus nx, which is essentially integrand in this integration. So here, this expression which we are integrating is definitely less than some positive constant value capital M. And of course, this expression is positive too. This expression is, it's positive, because x by sin x is always positive in this interval 0 open to 1 open. So would it be in this interval 0 open to 1 by n open. And e to the power minus nx is also positive. So I can say, this expression is strictly in this interval 0 close to m closed. So that means integral 0 to 1 by n x by sin x multiplied by e to the power minus nx dx will definitely be less than equal to integral 0 to 1 by n capital M dx. And here similarly I can say with respect to 0. So this inequality would hold. Now this is basically I by root n, or rather in by root n. This is less than equal to, as you integrate, you will get it to be m by n, and this is 0. So that essentially means in is less than equal to m by root n and greater than equal to 0. Root n is definitely something positive. You can cross multiply and the integration, my bad, inequality signs remain the same. So as you put limit n tending to infinity in, so let's put a limit on all the three sides, and this, no matter what you put, limit and all, it is 0 only. So you can say limit n tending to infinity in is greater than equal to 0, but also less than equal to 0. Why? Because as n tends to infinity, denominator is tending to infinity, while the numerator is some fixed constant value, which I justified in the beginning of this explanation, that we can say x by sin x would always be less than some fixed constant positive value, capital N. So that essentially means limit n tending to infinity in greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 0. That means it is equal to 0. That means this value tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. That means the value exists and it is equal to 0. B is correct. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for the next question.